Mission Control. This is Mars Rover 1. Do you read? Mission Control. This is Mars Rover. Do you read? Testing. 1, 2. Testing 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Station, are you there? Evie, you got me? Evie, how you doing? Testing 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Evie, do you have me? Welcome one, welcome all to Historic Tasker Arena. Your Lady Eagles getting ready to take on the Trojans of Mayfield. Evie, testing 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Sound check, sound check, sound check. Welcome welcome all to Ralph Tasker Arena. As tonight the Hobbs Lady Eagles are getting ready to take on the Lady Trojans of Mayfield. Lady Trojans come in 4-1 on the season after picking up wins against Carlsbad, Del Valle out of El Paso, Irvin out of El Paso, Small School Anthony. Their only loss came against Loretto Academy, the all-girls academy there in El Paso. The Hobbs Lady Eagles come in 1-2 on the season, and picking up a win against Chapin in El Paso. And actually, Chapin is usually one of the powerhouses in volleyball in El Paso, so it's nice to get a win there. But did drop 2 other matches. Both teams have finished warm-ups, and they're getting ready to rise for the national anthem. We'll be back after that national anthem completes with first period action, the Hobbs Lady Eagles and the Mayfield Lady Trojans. Welcome back to Tasker Arena as the Lady Eagles and the Lady Trojans are getting ready to get it on in volleyball action. Both teams about to be introduced here, and kind of running down the lineup for the Lady Eagles. Some returning names that really are people that kind of stick out for the Lady Eagles is really Wisdom Anthony, Jayla David, and Kendall Cunningham are the first ones that come to mind. Those are your outside hitters, middle blocker. Those are a lot of the ones that are going to be doing the finishing for the Lady Eagles this year. Hannah Souter is also a big returning name there. Souter was a serving specialist and played that back row and did a great job with the digs for the Lady Eagles last year. And lots of new new faces coming up here, and including some of the younger ones. They do have a couple of freshmen on the squad, as well as a few sophomores that are rounding out the team. Name that comes to mind that last year played a lot of libero and did a good job for the Lady Eagles is Sarahi Gutierrez. She got quite a bit of playing time for the Lady Eagles on the court last year. And it's a new season. Team had a pretty good run last year, but they've really missing some of the strengths that they had last year in Nia Joseph. Big power hitter, of course, has transferred out, and the team is still trying to find its way. It's 1-2 in the season, but they did pick up a big win against Chapin out of El Paso, and that's a squad that's usually pretty tough. So team is starting to find its legs, come together, and it's certainly going to be nice to see them try to put it all on the court today. They are playing a tough opponent. This is a 4-1 Mayfield squad that's ran through a lot of the competition in El Paso, beating both Del Valle and Irvin out of Paso, and then also beating our district rival Carlsbad, and doing so in straight sets, 3-0, dominating Carlsbad. So it's a good squad we're going to face today. A well-coached squad by Axel Hernandez, and we're going to really get our test as this comes together. Both teams have been introduced, and they're going to shake hands, and looks like the first serve is coming shortly. Lady Eagles wearing their home whites with black numerals, black shorts, and black knee pads to go with the black shoes, and white socks. The Mayfield Lady Trojans come in with the forest green jerseys and the gold outlining, numerals in gold as well. And white, actually, I'm seeing a mix of knee pads in there, white and black, and white shoes. Lady Eagles have broken out. Coach Williams' squad getting last-second instructions there. And it looks like Bree Segovia is going to be one of our starters. She's up there, as well as Hannah Souter, Jayla David, looks like Kendall Cunningham, and try to pull out the last number here, Sarahi Gutierrez, and then number 10, that is Madeline Lentz, will round out the starting lineup for the Lady Eagles. Serving duties for the Mayfield Trojans are going to fall into the hands of number 8, that's Morgan Martinez, to start the game. Actually, they've got their libero up. She may sub in to serve right off the bat. Their libero is Abigail Ortiz. Of course, Lady Eagles libero is Jalen Strickland. Ortiz does sub in, but it'll be Morgan Martinez doing the serving duties. Martinez near the back line, about 10 feet off. She steps up, fires with the right hand. Handled cleanly on the back line by Cunningham. The ball doesn't go over the net. Ends up bouncing off of a Lady Eagle, and that'll be a point for Mayfield. It's 1-0. Martinez back to serve again. Goes to the middle this time, kind of moves over a bit. Right hands it up, handled by Cunningham, but this one's going to be long out of play, as Cunningham couldn't quite handle it. It's 2-0 Mayfield. Martinez served the first one on the right side, and then she moved to the middle of the court for the second one there. Now she's moved all the way toward the left side of the court. Back to Cunningham again. Set up the middle by Lentz. Hammered down by Segovia with the right hand, and Segovia knocks it down for the Lady Eagles' first kill on the first point of the game. Gutierrez back to serve. She steps up, fires it over with the right hand. Mayfield controls, ball's at the net, knocked down by the Lady Eagles, dug out. Gutierrez sets it up. Strickland back to Segovia. Segovia puts it where they ain't. Segovia finds the space on that back line. Nice target there. And the scores evened up at 2-2. Good to see quite a bit of student section showed up today. Got signs out there, everything. Referee calls for time as something gets onto the court to clear that off. And here's Gutierrez. Handled off the back line. David goes up like she's going to hammer it on the return, but it ends up going over her head, and nobody's there to receive the dig. It's now 3-2 Mayfield. Abigail Ortiz, the libero from the far left side, steps up and right hands it over. Strickland digs it out, sets up. Here's Segovia. Segovia has it dug out by Mayfield. Mayfield's on the run. They're going to have to push it over. Strickland ends up with a diving right hand. Segovia pushes it over. Mayfield controls. Mayfield far side. Pushed over by number 11, Kincaid. Controlled by the Lady Eagles. Set up for Segovia. Right hands it over. Dug out. Back to Kincaid. She's going to hit a right hand hammer. Strickland finds a way to put it up, but nobody else is able to catch that pinball as it ricochets off of another Lady Eagle and out of bounds. Ortiz on the back line, steps up with the right hand, fires it over. Cunningham digs it out, set up by Gutierrez. Here's Segovia. She has it blocked by number 9. That is Jaden Acosta. She's their middle blocker. And Acosta ends up putting it back on the Hobbs side. That's 5-2 Mayfield. Acosta again with the right hand. This one's going to be long, out of play, and that's a Hobbs Lady Eagle point. 5-3 is your score as Segovia gets the serving duties. Segovia on the back line. Spins it up with the right hand and pushes it over. Mayfield digs it out, but it's deep in their own territory. All they can do is put it back over to Hobbs. Strickland setting it up. Here's Gutierrez. Gutierrez back set for David. David with the right hand. And it's going to go hard into one of the Mayfield players. It was Morgan Martinez, and she couldn't handle it. And David gets her first kill. 5-4 Mayfield. Hobbs staying in this. Playing this 4-1 team pretty tight here. Segovia with the right hand. Pushes it over, but it's into the net. And that'll be a point for Mayfield. Substitutions here for Mayfield. On to serve is Mia Garza. She is listed as a setter. Garza pushes it over right-handed. Cunningham controls. Strickland ends up having to run it down. Here comes Gutierrez to push over. Mayfield on the return. Backside hit by Acosta. Dug out by Strickland. Gutierrez on the run. Sets up Cunningham. Cunningham with the right hand. Kendall Cunningham with a nice kill there, cutting the score to 6-5. Strickland all the way back on the baseline of the basketball court. She's going to step up, jump serves, right-handed. Going to be a little bit long, and that'll be a Mayfield point and a switch of the serve. 7-5, Mayfield leads. Ava Kincaid. Kincaid slides up, jump serves. Dug out by Strickland with it's going to go over the net. Here's a set. Short set for number 3, Claire Sowards. And Sowards is going to power that home, making it 8-5 Mayfield. We are in the first period. First set, so to speak. Here's Kincaid's second serve. Handled by Strickland, but this thing's into the stands. And that'll be a point for Mayfield. Timeout on the floor. Coach Williams wants to talk things over. Score is 9-5. Mayfield leaves. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back, 9-5 to score. Mayfield serves it over off the back line. It's a miss. And that'll be a Lady Eagles point and no retained possession. 9-6 here is your score. And serving for the Lady Eagles, Madeline Lentz. Lentz steps up, jump serves with the right hand, pushes it onto the Mayfield side. Mayfield on the run. Back sets it over for Jensen. And the attempted dig out there by the Lady Eagles as Strickland goes rolling for it. But they can't control it, and that is a Mayfield point. 10-6 your score. Claire Sowards, the middle hitter, steps in. Jump serve, pushes with the right hand. Cunningham gets a back set, and Cunningham right hands it over, controlled by Mayfield. Big hit there by Jensen. Lady Eagles once again go down on the floor for it, but unable to get control. And that's 11-6 for Mayfield. Zayla Mitchell on the floor, freshman. Here's the serve again by Sowards. Lady Eagles control, but they have to push it over as Gutierrez is on the run. Right hands it back. Here's Jensen, controlled by Strickland. Goes to Cunningham, and she has it blocked, but it's into the net. And that's a Lady Eagles point right there. 11-7 your score. On the hit by Kendall Cunningham. Cunningham on the back line to serve, wearing the number 12. Jump serve by Cunningham. Mayfield controls. Sets it up for the back line, pushed over, controlled by Strickland. On the run, Gutierrez trying to push it with the right hand. She gets a hit on it, but it's into the net, and that is a point for Mayfield. Mayfield to serve. Karima Holguin from the middle of the court. Holguin with the right hand. That one's a little long off the line. They're going to call it in. That's a Mayfield point. A few people shaking their heads at that one. It's really close. 13-7, Mayfield leads. Here's Holguin again off the back line. This time it's going to be called out. 13-8, Lady Eagles staying in there. As Jayla David returns and Strickland sits down. Ball's over. Mayfield controls it, dug out. Little hitter pushes it over. Souter goes down for it. Check that. That was Lentz that goes down for it. Lady Eagles control and knock it down for the point. So here's Souter. Souter all the way on the baseline. Steps up. Pushes it over with the right hand. Mayfield sends it back on the Hobbs side, and Jayla David is waiting on it. She drops the hammer, and the Lady Eagles only trail by 3. 13-10 is your score. Souter back to serve again. Many times last year, Souter was the server when Lady Eagles rallied. Mayfield has to push it over on the back line. Cunningham sets it up for Lentz. Back to David. David has it blocked, but she pushes it back up. And then got one that got into the net. Segovia tried to go over with it on a surprise hit to the back line, but caught just an edge of the net. That's a Mayfield point. 14-10 your score. Mayfield leads. Mayfield on the service. Controlled by Cunningham. Here's Segovia. Segovia once again finds the one spot they're not. Another kill for Segovia, her third. 14-11 your score. Here's Gutierrez on the back line. Right hands it into Mayfield's area. Mayfield returns favor, comes down the line and misses as Kincaid tries to hammer it. And she just misses just wide. Lady Eagles now only trail 14-11. Now we have a stop from the referee here. The referee was asking the other referee for some clarification. 14-12 your score. Here's Gutierrez, shuffles to the right. She pushes over. And that is an ace as she puts it right back into the corner. There wasn't nobody back there. The Mayfield lead is cut to 1. Gutierrez looks to the right, sets the hand, pushes it over. Mayfield digs it out, sets it up backside as Costa pushes it over. Cunningham goes to number 5, Gutierrez, and is going to be hammered down by Segovia as the Lady Eagles have now evened the score at 14. Nice little run here with Gutierrez serving. Again, looks to the right and fires it with the right hand. Ball's over on the Hobbs side. It's going to be set up. Here's David going for the back line, and it's going to be just long. Mayfield takes the lead 15-14. Mayfield's Ortiz is going to serve it. Cunningham puts it on the front line, have a hard time controlling, but the Hobbs Eagles push it over. Mayfield can't do anything with it. Now Hobbs getting a set. Gutierrez gives it to David, and David gets it blocked, but Strickland's there, and then David has to push it over, and that results in a Mayfield point. Serves over. Here's Strickland. Strickland to Gutierrez. Backside hit. Big hit by the Lady Eagles, and that is going to be a point. Timeout on the floor. Coach wants to talk things over. We'll be back in just 1 minute. Welcome back. 16-15 Mayfield leads. Hobbs serving. The right-handed serve is over. Controlled by Mayfield. They're going to push it over. Mayfield ends up having an illegal touch. And the Lady Eagles get the point. Nice serve there by Isabella Miller. Miller's going to get another opportunity to serve again. Game tied at 16. Here's Miller. Miller steps up, fires. This one's on the back line, controlled by Mayfield into the rafters. Mayfield's just having to push it over. They get a little bit of attack on it, and they're going to actually do quite well with that as Kincaid will find the floor, and that is a kill for Mayfield. Mayfield is served, but here comes some substitutions first. Serving for Mayfield, Mia Garza. Garza had a couple of good serves earlier. Garza pushes with the right hand. Almost an ace, but Lady Eagles are able to get it over. Here's a back set, an attack from Mayfield. On the run, Lady Eagles are trying to get it over. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell with the save. Dug out. It's going to be blocked at the horn by David right there. And they're going to push it back over. Ball's pinballing back and forth. Here comes the attack, and they're going to push it into the back half. Strickland goes diving for it, but unable to get there. Garza to serve again. Steps to the line and puts it on the Hobbs side. Ball's a little loose there as they don't quite get an opportunity to set it. And that'll be a Mayfield point on an illegal touch. 19-16. Here's Cunningham. to Gutierrez, back to Cunningham. Cunningham right hands it over with a big shot, controlled by Mayfield. Mayfield sends it to Kincaid, and Kincaid finds a lot of open court on that backside. That is a kill. It's 20-16. Timeout on the floor. Coach Williams wants to have a little bit of a discussion. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back. Mayfield to serve. Strickland digs it out. Gutierrez sets it up for David, but a little bit too far. And Lady Eagles are trying to keep it in play. They're going to push it down. Mayfield has to go down to the floor for it. And then the return is going to be way too wide. Lady Eagles get the point. It's 20-17. Here's Strickland. Dribbles it with two hands on the back line. Steps up, pushes it over. Mayfield at the net has it shoved right down their throats as it ball's set. But the setter can't get a play because it's just slightly over the net, and Lady Eagles are going to hammer it down. 20-18, Lady Eagles still in this. Here's Strickland. And she's going to miss everything. It's a little bit wide to the right. 20-18 your score. And Mayfield to serve. Kincaid back to do those serving duties. Kincaid steps up. Powerful serve. That one's going to be all the way to the back line. It's going to be on that line, and that'll be an ace. Ava Kincaid. Been the most dominant player on the court so far. Kincaid's second opportunity dug out by Cunningham. Sets it up. Here's Souter. Mayfield digs it out. Attack on the backside. Strickland trying to set it up. Ball's loose, and Gutierrez only can pop it up there, and then Souter tries to come get it over, but it's a little bit too late. It falls to the floor. 23-18, Mayfield leads. Lady Eagles are trying to get gritty here. Here's Kincaid's offering. Dug out by Mitchell, but into the net. And that'll end up being an ace there for Kincaid. Kincaid really putting a lot of lightning on those serves. (24-18). Here's the serve. Mitchell digs it out. Set. Souter pushes it over on the line, and that'll be a point for the Lady Eagles. Souter wasn't able to do much with it, but she was able just to get it over and found the one place they weren't. 24-19 right now. Lady Eagles trail by 5. Trying to get back in this. Serves over, and it's long, and that'll be the end of the first. Mayfield takes the first. We'll be back in just a moment for second set action. Welcome back to Tasker Arena. Mayfield wins the first. Second one set up, and the Lady Eagles will get it started. Souter with the serve, controlled by Mayfield. Mayfield's going to send it over. This one's going to be just outside, and that'll be Lady Eagles starting it off with the first point. Souter on the back line. Steps up, fires it over. Dug out, but Mayfield's unable to do anything with it, and Souter is giving the Lady Eagles a 2-0 lead here in the second set. Souter again with the right hand. She's on a roll. Mayfield digs it out, but it's at the net. Lady Eagles respond. Mayfield has to push it over. Gets hit back to Souter. Souter sets it up for Segovia. Segovia finds it. Segovia with a kill. And it's 3-0 Lady Eagles. Here's Segovia. Souter. Souter right on the line. Another kill, and it's 4-0. And you can see the Lady Eagles that come out on fire here in the second set. Ball's sitting here. Nobody's made a call. Now there's some discussion. That was right on the line. Referee on the far side, it's up in the thing, takes away the point. Oh my gosh, he didn't see it. Coach Williams is absolutely livid because nobody was paying attention. You know, it was called down the line. She called it in, but that's just a refereeing mistake. And then Souter ends up sending it long. It's 3-1. That was a 2-point exchange there. The referees messed that up. Hobbs 3, Mayfield 1, after Mayfield took the first set. Here's the service. Cunningham controls. Set and spike as Gitzietta sets up David, and David sends it to the line. 4-1 Lady Eagles here in the second. Here's the service. Right hands it over. Dug out by Mayfield. Mayfield pushes it on the Hobbs side, and they put it right where nobody was. Kendall Cunningham goes down with the right hand trying to find it, and that's a point for Mayfield. Here's the service coming from Mia Garza for Mayfield. Garza pushes it over. Segovia sets it up to Lentz, back to Segovia. Segovia with a right hand is off of Mayfield player Abigail Ortiz as she hammers that home. It's 5-2. Lady Eagles handing the ball over to Isabella Miller. And Miller's going to do the serving duties. Miller from the near side, standing at the L on the Hobbs Eagles on the baseline, puts it into the net. And that's 5-3 now as Mayfield gets the point. Kincaid to serve for Mayfield. She's the dangerous one. She has a wicked serve. First serve into the net. Lady Eagles will take the point right off the bat. Here's Strickland on the back line, the libero. Strickland pushes it over. Pushed up, Mayfield's going to attack backside. And Mayfield sends it over to Jensen, and Jensen hammers it onto the floor. 6-4 now. Mayfield to serve. Cunningham digs it out. Here's the return. Gutierrez is going to push it over. Mayfield got control. Mayfield sets it up. On the back line, Souter's there. She jumps up, times it perfectly, and pushes it down onto the hardwood for the point. Lady Eagles lead 7-4. Here's Gutierrez. Controlled by Mayfield. Here comes the set. They're going to push it over to the middle blocker, and she's going to go all the way for the back line in the corner. Strickland on a horse can't get there. And Mayfield gets the point. Strickland did everything she could laying out for that. Did not have a good angle on the ball. That ball was very well placed. Number 10, that's Holguin to serve. Mitchell digs it out. Near side, Cunningham. Cunningham with a big shot, controlled by Mayfield. Mayfield returns it. Cunningham has to dig it out. Here's Gutierrez. Sends it back to Lentz. Lentz puts it right into the hands of Ortiz. Ortiz can't handle it, and that is a point for Lady Eagles. They're up 8-5. Both teams very streaky tonight, which is a very common volleyball trait. Cunningham spins it up into the air, right hands it over. And she'll get the ace as it's unable to be handled by Kincaid. Lady Eagles now almost doubling up on Mayfield 9-5. Here's Cunningham again. Strong right hand. Dug out by Jensen. Jensen has to get it back off of a save, and she pushes it over. Here's the attack from Segovia. Costa has it. Now here's Jensen. Jensen with a feint. Nice diving save by Gutierrez. Strickland sets it up for Segovia, and it goes into the net. Here's Mayfield to serve. Mayfield with a low serve. Cunningham. Back to Gutierrez. Here's Segovia. And that one's going to be long, and Mayfield makes it 9-7. Mayfield's third opportunity. Gutierrez back to Cunningham. She pushes it over. It's into the net, but it's going to fall harmlessly to the floor. That'll be a Lady Eagles point. Here's Souter. Sends it back deep. Mayfield sets it up for the middle hitter. Back to the back line. Souter controls. Cunningham tries to push for Segovia. Leads it a bit too far, and that'll be a point for Mayfield. Acosta to serve for Mayfield. Acosta gives it to Cunningham. Cunningham to Gutierrez to David. David with a feint. Comes to the top. They're going to hammer it at the net, push down. Mayfield's going to have an illegal touch, and that'll be a Hobbs point. Here's Madeline Lentz to serve. She steps up. Big serve with the right hand. Mayfield to Kincaid. Strickland with a dive. Gutierrez. Segovia. Back to Mayfield. Mayfield sets it up in the middle. They try to feint into the middle of the floor. Cunningham goes down, but's unable to save it. (11-9) your score. Service into the back half. Strickland controls to Lentz. David on the run. Pushes it over on the attack. Back to Kincaid. Boy, Kincaid has herself a hammer and drops that onto the back line. Timeout on the floor. We'll take 1-2. We're back in just a moment. Welcome back, Tasker Arena. 11-10 your score. Cunningham on the back line. Here's Lentz. Goes to David. David with a late hit, but gets it over. Mayfield to Kincaid. Dug out by Lentz. Unable to be controlled by the Lady Eagles, and that is a point for Mayfield, evening up at 11. Mayfield to serve for the lead. Strickland to Lentz. Back to David. David pushes it down. Mayfield controls. Hit from Kincaid. Wow, a lot of power. Blocked at the net, but onto the floor on the Hobbs side. (12-11). Here's the serve. Lentz to David. David with a power strike. Evens the score, 12 apiece. Hobbs to serve. Segovia. Segovia, the big serve. Handled by Mayfield. Kincaid has to push it over. Cunningham slaps it back. Here's the set, backside. Kincaid unable to handle it on that side. And that'll be the Lady Eagles picking up the lead, 13-12. Segovia again. Segovia on the attack. Mayfield sets it to the back line. That's Nieto, excuse me. No, that is Sowards. Ball's going to be long. Hobbs gets the point. They're up 14-12. Segovia again serving. Nice little run here for the Lady Eagles. Segovia to the back line. They're going to call it in. Referee's going to overrule the lines judge and call it out. Kincaid to serve, 14-13. Hobbs leads. Here's Kincaid's serve. Dug out by Mitchell. Ball's up. Backside hit by David. Here's Mayfield. Strickland digs it. Tack comes over. Strickland to pushing it over. Again dug out. Here's David. Long play here. Mayfield sends it to Sowards. Cunningham sets it up. David on the short hit. Pushes it down. Dug out by Kincaid. Sowards off the block. And that'll be a point for Mayfield after the long action. Kincaid doing the serving duties again. Game netted up at 14 each. Kincaid to Mitchell. Mitchell has to send it over. Here's a short hit by Sowards. Mitchell runs it down. Cunningham pushes it over. Mayfield controls. Here's the set. Far side. It's going to be into the hands of Jensen, and Jensen has it blocked. (15-14), Strickland to serve. And she misses wide. That'll be 15 all now. Service from Sowards. Hobbs on the attack. Souter. Controlled. Near side, Barella. Check that. That is Bayad. Puts it over. Sorry about that. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty there. Sound is back now. 17-16, Mayfield leads, and they are serving. Here's Holguin. Mitchell digs it. To Cunningham, blocked at the net. Gets hit as backside Lentz. Lentz finds the line. Big hit there by Lentz. That's 17 all. Here's Cunningham serving for the Lady Eagles, trying to give them the lead. Steps up, fires it over, and that one's going to be wide right. 18-17, Hobbs leads. Here is the right hand from Mayfield. Sent over by Lentz. And well placed as Acosta has to go on her horse to get it. And unable to do so, Lady Eagles notch it back up at 18. Service from Souter. Controlled by Mayfield. Here's the attack from Kincaid. Wow. Kincaid drills that down. (19-18) the score. Costa serves. Cunningham gets Yedes to David. Mayfield controls. Strickland tries to save it. Nobody else is able to run it down, and that is a point for Mayfield. It's 20-18. Service from Acosta. Hobbs has it in play. Here comes Segovia. Run down by Mayfield. Kincaid with an angle, and she's going to put it in the net. Hobbs staying in there. It's 20-19, and they get the ball back. Lentz to serve. Madeline Lentz steps up from the right side, gives it to Acosta. Set up for Sowards. Controlled. Here's Segovia. Segovia sends to the back line. Dugout Mayfield. Here's Kincaid. Kincaid to Strickland. She gets it to Lentz. Lentz sets Segovia. Segovia attacks, and Segovia hits it into the area where they are not. Segovia puts it onto the hardwood and ties it up at 20 apiece. Here's Lentz's offering. Mayfield struggles to handle it, and the Lady Eagles are up 21-20. You can see the momentum shifting, and there's a timeout on the floor as Coach Fernandez senses that momentum change. We'll be back as well in just a moment. Welcome back, 21-20, Hobbs leads. Lentz's serve, just long, and that nets it back up at 21 apiece. Mayfield sending in number 7 here, that's Garza. Eagle faithful getting into it. Here's Garza's offering. Cunningham gets it, Lentz sets it up for Segovia. Segovia to the back line. On the run, here comes Kincaid. Kincaid has it blocked. And that'll be a point for the Lady Eagles as it's an illegal touch there by Mayfield. It's 22-21. Timeout on the floor. Coach Williams now needs to talk to her squad. We'll be back as well. Here's the serve from Segovia. 22-21. Lady Eagles are up. Cunningham, Lentz to David. Dug out. On the run, here comes Mayfield. They send it over. Segovia puts it up for Lentz. David to the back line, controlled by Mayfield. Mayfield to Kincaid. Kincaid with a big hit. And we're back to 22 each. And it's Kincaid's chance to serve here. Mitchell comes on as a defensive specialist for the Lady Eagles. Kincaid waiting for information here. Coach Hernandez talking to the judge on this side. Kincaid serve. Mitchell digs it out into the rafters, but saved. Lady Eagles send it over. Here comes a short hit, pushed out. And Lentz ends up putting it up in the air, but nobody else can get there, and that's a point for Mayfield. Kincaid to serve again. Kincaid's right-handed attack. That one's going to be wide. Lady Eagles evened it back up at 23 each. Strickland to serve. Jalen Strickland on the back line. Steps up, serves it with the right hand on the jump serve. Ball's up. Led over. Here's Strickland to Lentz. Lentz back sets it for Souter. Souter puts it on the Mayfield half. Attack's going to be long. Lady Eagles 1 point away. As Sowards, to check that was Jensen, ends up sending the back line long. Timeout on the floor. They're going to talk things over again. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back. 24-23. Service goes just below the net, and we're back to 24 each. Here's Jensen's serve. Into the net. Lady Eagles have a chance. They're up 25-24. Of course, you got to win by 2. Lady Eagles a chance to do that. And they've got Gitsietas doing the serving duty. She sends it over nicely into the Mayfield half, dug out by Kincaid. Here's the attack, blocked at the net. Lady Eagles take game 2, 26-24. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back. The set score is evened up at 1, and we're in game 3. Waiting for the referees to verify the players on the floor here. Decent crowd for an early non-conference, non-district volleyball game. Crowd's been pretty vocal too. Lady Eagles really starting to come together. This Mayfield squad is no slouches. They are 4-1 on the season. Lady Eagles have their squad on the floor, and we're about to get underway. As the libero Strickland comes on, the crowd gives her a nice ovation. And here's the first serve, dug out by Strickland. Ball's up in the air, and Strickland's just going to have to put it over. She puts it into the net. 1-0 Mayfield. Mayfield to serve. Right hands it over. Strickland again digs it out. Or check that was Cunningham, then to Strickland, then Segovia. Mayfield to control, back sets it. Ball's long, and that one's going to be out. And that'll be a point for the Lady Eagles. Score is evened up at 1 apiece. Here's Lentz's serve. Mayfield controls. Sets it for Kincaid. Kincaid once again able to drop lightning onto the court, and it's 2-1. Here comes Acosta. She steps in, sends it over with the right hand. Cunningham digs it. Here's Lentz on the set. Back to Cunningham. She puts it down. A diving Acosta can't handle it, and it's 2-2. Segovia gets ready to put the ball into play. Spins it up to the left hand. Lets it float and fires with the right. Acosta struggles with it on the back line. They're on the run, and that's 3 hits. You can't get it over. That's a point for Hobbs. 3-2, Hobbs leads. Segovia again takes her time, puts it in the air and pushes it over. Backline return from Mayfield, middle set. Dug out by Lentz. Here's Strickland on the back set. Cunningham has to put it over with 2 hands. Here comes Mayfield, short sets for Kincaid, and she is met at the line by Jayla David. David puts it down. 4-2 Hobbs. Segovia. Her serves have been pretty accurate. Drops one right in the middle. Bounces around, and all they can do is put it back to Strickland. Here's Lentz. Lentz to David. David smacks it down. Controlled by Mayfield. Back to Kincaid. Kincaid has it tipped at the screen. And it's going to go back to Cunningham, who drops some nasty kill stuff, but somehow Mayfield gets it. Lady Eagles control. Back to Cunningham. She drops a feint. Popped at the net. They can't get it over. And it looked like 4 hits. I thought that was 4 hits. They put it back on the Lady Eagles side, and unfortunately, nobody's able to get there. 4-3. Zayla Mitchell back on the floor. Here's Garza. Garza dug out by Strickland. Here comes the set. Cunningham pushes down. You go back over the Hobbs side, falls on the floor for a Mayfield point. Garza's again to Cunningham. Back to Cunningham. Blocked at the net. Out of bounds, though. Blocked out of bounds. That's a point for the Lady Eagles. 5-4. Now check that. They called it in. 5-4 Mayfield leads. Garza serves. Back to Gutierrez. Dug out by Mayfield. Attack from the near side. This one's long. And it is now 5-all. Here's Strickland to serve. Right hands it up. Set at the net. Blocked at the net, but blocked out of bounds. And that'll be a point for Mayfield. (6-5) the score. Mayfield is leading Hobbs. Service from Kincaid, dug out by Mitchell. Backside, here's Cunningham, blocked at the net. Back to Cunningham, puts it on the far side. They're going to say she got into the net. They're actually going to say 4 hits, even though it looked like it was blocked at the net. It's Williams shaking her head. 7-5 Mayfield. Strickland to Lentz, shorts up for Souter. Souter pushes it over. Hammered down by Kendall Cunningham. Point for the Lady Eagles. It's now 7-6. Gutierrez to serve. Ball drops in. Mayfield to play. They're going to stick it on the back line, and a couple players kind of looked at each other. Nobody went for it. 8-6 Mayfield. Into the hands of Strickland. Short set for Cunningham. Cunningham has it dug out by Kincaid. Strickland controls. Gutierrez sets it up for Cunningham. Cunningham drops it in. 8-7. Lady Eagles cut the lead to 1. Segovia back on. Mitchell will take a seat. Service, it's up into the rafters. After Mayfield tries to control, they have to push it over. Here's Gutierrez to Souter. Souter pushes it in the middle. Kincaid runs it down. They have to stick it over. Here's Strickland. Set by Gutierrez. Backside, goes to Segovia. Segovia hits it in. Game is now 8-8, and the crowd gets into it. Very active student section. Service from Kendall Cunningham. Mayfield on the attack. Cunningham deals. Gutierrez sends it over to Segovia. Segovia gets another one. 2 kills in a row for Segovia, and it's 9-8. Cunningham on the back line. Cunningham on the attack. Mayfield ends up getting an illegal touch, and that'll be another Hobbs point. It's 10-8 Hobbs. Nice young fan trying to do his impression of being a Hobbs Lady Eagle. Here's Cunningham. Mayfield struggling with control here. They're going to have to just send it over. Hobbs has it. Cunningham to Gutierrez. Gutierrez to Souter on the run. Souter off the 2 people blocking it, but it goes out of bounds. Lady Eagles get a point and a timeout. 11-8 your score. Lady Eagles lead. Welcome back. Cunningham serves. 11-8. Hobbs leads. Here comes Mayfield at the net. Blocked. Mayfield has control. Another attack at the net, this time to the back line. And it's 11-9. Lady is on the defense here as the Trojans will send in Holguin to serve. Holguin slaps it with the right hand. Strickland digs it out. Sends it back over. They're going to say an illegal touch, and that'll be Mayfield's point. 11-10 now. Hobbs only leads by 1. Mayfield to serve. Strickland. Backside Segovia. Dug out by Kincaid. Attack far side. It goes to Jensen, and Jensen hits it hard down to the floor. It's tied up at 11. Holguin to serve. Segovia deals. Here comes Gutierrez. Back to Segovia. Segovia on the attack. It's going to be out of bounds, and that'll be a point for Mayfield. Mayfield serving. Dug out Segovia. Gutierrez. Set for Souter. Souter goes long and just out of bounds. Timeout on the floor. We'll take 1-2. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back. 13-11. Mayfield leads. Holguin to serve. Holguin sends to Strickland. Far side. Lentz. Lentz has it with the right hand. Lady Eagles cut it back within 1. Souter to serve. Souter with the right hand. Kincaid has to deal with it. Off the rafters. Ball's down. Lady Eagles point. We're back to 13 all. Souter again. Kincaid sends it over. Lady Eagles deal. Here's Cunningham. Mayfield on the counter. Sends it long. It's out of bounds. Lady Eagles get another point. 14-13. Lady Eagles the lead. Souter again. Mayfield sends it back half. They're just going to have to send it over harmlessly. Here comes Gutierrez. Sets it for David. David pushes it down. Once again dealt with by Mayfield. Mayfield now in control. Backside possession. Jensen dug out by Cunningham to Segovia. Segovia. Costa gets it. Far side attack. It's a feint. Cunningham gets it. Back to David. David pushes it down. Good play. 15-13. Well timed. Lady Eagles on a nice little run here. Here's Souter. Kincaid sets it up. Back to Jensen. Jensen goes into the net. And Coach Hernandez almost called a timeout there. He's thinking about it. He's now trailing 16-13. Acosta sets Jensen. It's blocked at the net, but it lands on the floor, and that'll be a point for Mayfield. (16-14). Mayfield trailing, but serving. Cunningham to Gutierrez, back to David. David slaps it down. Here's the attack. Kincaid blocked at the net. Lady Eagles have to go up for it. And it's going to be just pushed down by number 15. That is Perea, Talissa Perea. And Perea gets the point. (16-15), Lady Eagles with the lead here. And that one's going to fall down for a service winner. That evens the game up at 16 apiece. Mayfield sends it to Cunningham. Gutierrez to Segovia. Segovia backlines it. Kincaid. Saved by Strickland, but Lentz has to go try to help her, and she goes flying out toward the stands trying to save the ball, but can't. 17-16, Mayfield leads. Mayfield serves. Strickland has it. Gutierrez back to Segovia. Mayfield on the counter. Here comes Kincaid. Dug out Gutierrez. Strickland. Segovia with the hammer off of the blocker. Lady Eagles even it back up 17. Hobbs to serve. Right hand's deep. Mayfield on the run. They have to send it over. And they do so long. 18-17, Hobbs leads. Service from Hobbs. It's Lentz. Lentz with a service winner off the hands of Acosta. Lady Eagles up by 2. Here's Lentz again. And into the net it goes. 19-18 now. Mayfield to serve. Here comes the attack. Strickland. Lentz to Segovia. Segovia gets one. Nice hit by Segovia on a good set. 20-18 your score. Segovia doing the serving duties. Nice serve from Segovia. Mayfield, back half attack. Strickland's there. Big set by Lentz. It's going to go to Kendall Cunningham, and Cunningham drops it in there. It's 21-18. Timeout on the floor. Here comes Mayfield. Welcome back. Hobbs 21, Mayfield 18. Hobbs trying to win game 3. Serve from Segovia, dug out by Mayfield, back to Kincaid. Kincaid has it blocked at the net. Jayla David, Gutierrez there. Slap down, ball still in play. Here comes Strickland. Lentz, back sets for Cunningham. Cunningham knocks it, and that's going to be into the net. Lady Eagles get the point. It's 22-18. Segovia still serving. Good serve from Segovia. Here comes Kincaid. She has to push it over. Strickland's there. Set from Lentz. David pushes it down off the face of one of the players. And it's 23-18. Lady Eagles up now by 5. Here comes Segovia. Hard to handle ball. Mayfield on the run. They go under the net, no call. Here's Gutierrez. Goes to Kendall Cunningham. Cunningham puts it right in the middle and nobody dives. 1 point now away from taking game 3. Segovia trying to finish it off. Dug out by Mayfield. There's Kincaid. And right in the hands of Cunningham, and she was thinking it was going to be a little bit lower than it was, I think. 24-19. Here's Garza to serve for Mayfield. Garza. Right hands it over. Mitchell tries to go down for it, but unable to get it up, and it ends up ricocheting into Lentz, who's at the net. 24-20 Mayfield. Cunningham, Lentz pushes it over, but out of bounds. And it's now 24-21, just like that. It's starting to become a game. Crowd's getting into it. Here's Garza. Dug out by Strickland. Here's Lentz. Lentz to far side to Gutierrez. Attack at the net. There's Cunningham. Cunningham gets it back, blocked at the net, but onto the floor it goes. And that's a point for the Lady Eagles. They win 25-21, and this one is going to go to game 4. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back. We are in, and they lead. They're tied 1-1 here. Kincaid sends it over to Cunningham. Cunningham over to Segovia. Nice attack on the line. Segovia gets the point. Two to one. Hobbs serves. It's over the net. Hobbs controls. Set from Lentz. Here's David. Dug out Mayfield. Lentz gets hit. Now Segovia. Mayfield controls. Here comes a bump. Blocked at the net. Back to Kincaid. Controlled by Strickland. Here's Segovia. Mayfield sends it up. Kincaid with a big hit. Dug out. Hobbs ends up finding a way to defensively play it. Kincaid again. Strickland's there. Set back up. Here's Segovia. Slaps down. On the run. Here's Kincaid. Blocked at the net. Sowers. Controlled. Into the net it goes. Long play there. Point for Mayfield is 2-2. So we are in game 4. And the Lady Eagles are 2-2. And that one's going to be into the net there. Mayfield gets the point. 3-2 Mayfield. And they're serving. Here's Garza. Controlled by Cunningham. Lentz to David. David on the back line, controlled by Mayfield. Mayfield attacks. This is at the net. And that'll be a Hobbs point right there. 3-3 the score. Here's Segovia on the back line. Tosses and fires this one into the net. First team that wins 3 games wins it all. Hobbs up 2-1. Zayla Mitchell back into the game as Segovia will sit. Here's Kincaid. Dug out, but onto the Mayfield half. They can't handle it, and that's a point for Hobbs. And that's the person you want to get off their serving line pretty quick is Kincaid. She is a very good server. That brings up Strickland, standing on the B in the middle of Hobbs. On the baseline, fires it over. Mishandled by Mayfield as Jensen can't come down with it. It's 5-4 Hobbs. Strickland again. Fires it with the right hand. Mayfield on the run. Kincaid on the back line. Dug out by Strickland. And Mayfield can't handle it as Strickland goes to the floor, sends it over, and Mayfield misplays it. It's 6-4 Hobbs. Strickland standing on the B. Trying to keep the rally going. Hobbs up by 2. Steps, fires. Acosta comes down with it. Garza blocked at the net. Garza digs it out. Here's Kincaid. And they let that one go. Looked like it was going to be out. It ends up falling into the floor. Point for Mayfield on Kincaid's crush. (6-5) Hobbs here in the 4th game. Timeout. Both teams are going to talk about things. We'll take a break here too. Welcome back. Hobbs leads by 1, 6-5 here in game 4. They do lead 2-1 in the game count. Sowers to serve. Strickland to dig. Sets it up, backside David. David hands for the back line, but just a touch long. And check that. That was Gutierrez that was hammering on the backside over there. 6-6 to score. Sowers again. Mitchell digs it. Sets up backside Cunningham. Cunningham slaps it over. Jensen dug out by Strickland. Mitchell runs it down. Defensive play here, it goes over. And Mayfield's having trouble handling it. They're trying to just get it over the net and do so. Here's Strickland. Strickland to Lentz. Cunningham goes backside. Short, spike goes up on a feint. Mitchell digs it out, but nobody else can get to the ball. And that is 7-6 Mayfield. Some spirited play there, back and forth. A lot of the crowd getting into it. Sowers again with a 1-point lead. Into the net it goes. We're tied back up here at 7 apiece. Serving on the back line is Gutierrez. She's been one of the solid servers for the Lady Eagles. Right hands it over to the back line. Here comes Mayfield. Mayfield sends it over. Strickland digs. Set up by Gutierrez on the run. Here comes Lentz. Here's Mayfield. Mayfield on the short. Strickland runs it down. Here's Gutierrez to Kendall Cunningham. Into the net it goes on the defensive block. And that's a point for the Lady Eagles. 8-7, Lady Eagles lead. Gutierrez back to serve. Subs in for Mayfield. Seeing action for the first time is Gabriela Nieto. Service goes straight to Nieto. She sends it back up. Lady Eagles are going to hammer it right back at her. 9-7, Lady Eagles lead. Gutierrez. Right hands it over again. Acosta to Garza. Sowers. Mitchell. And Mitchell tries to get it back up in the air. Can't quite get there. And it's 9-8. Here's the service. Into the net it goes as number 13, Gracie Biad, puts it into the net. Lady Eagles now with a 2-point lead and the ball. 10-8 your score. Tossed up, fired over. And this one's not going to be handled well. Nieto can't quite get there. And they're going to bring Kincaid back on the floor. 11-8 to Hobbs leads. Cunningham right at Jensen. She's going to get it back. Jensen goes to Strickland. She has to send it over. Short set. On the attack. Blocked at the net. Segovia's there, as is Souter. 12-8 Hobbs. Here's the toss, the serve. That one's into the net. 12-9 now. Here's the service. Steps over. Cunningham. Gutierrez. Gutierrez to Segovia. Segovia down the line. They're calling it in. This side's calling it out. They're giving it to Hobbs. A lot of confusion on that one. That one goes in Hobbs' favor. And they're asking the other line judge if she makes a call. She says in also. But the referees are discussing things. I don't know. Bad feeling whenever I see referees talk about things. It doesn't end up in my favor. Mayfield players are being waved off. Both teams kind of hanging out in different ways. Hobbs is talking about things in the middle of the floor. Mayfield's kind of dancing around and walking around. The initial call by everybody involved was in. And now they're saying toss-up. This is the second time they've taken away a point from Hobbs on a toss-up. Student section makes their feelings known. Here's the serve. Segovia gets it back, pushes it in the back line to Mayfield. Mayfield on the attack. Here's Kincaid, blocked at the net. Dug out. Gets Yetis, shorts it up. Souter pushes it over. Mayfield has to play defensive here. Here's Gutierrez. Cross side, Segovia. It's on the floor. Hobbs gets the point anyway. It's 13-9. Souter doing the serving duties. Fires it with the right hand. Ball's loose. Mayfield on the run. Into the rafters it goes. At the stands, Kincaid tries to save it. Can't do it. And it's 14-9. Momentum certainly in Hobbs' favor at the moment. Here's Souter working quickly. Back line, Mayfield. On the run, Mayfield has to push it over defensively. Here's Hobbs. Gutierrez back to David. David on the run into the middle of the floor. It's loose. Mayfield goes up to Kincaid. Blocked at the net. Lady Eagles get another block, and it is now 15-9, a 6-point Lady Eagle lead, and they are finding their rhythm. Souter into the net, and that cuts that lead to 15-10. Mayfield to serve. Here comes Acosta. Short set. David hammers it home. Nice set there by Lentz, and David puts it onto the floor. And you can see the frustration on the Lady Trojans' faces. Here's Lentz. Lentz sends it deep. Mayfield on the attack. Strickland with a save. Back to David. David goes over the net. Check that. That's Gutierrez. Into the net it goes. Mayfield with another error on the pass. Coach Gutierrez needs a timeout. Hernandez needs a timeout, and he's got one. We'll be back in just a moment. Seventeen, 17-10, Hobbs leads. Here's the serve. A win in this game will finish it off. Trojans on the attack. Strickland to Lentz. Lentz goes to Segovia. Segovia has it blocked, but down onto the floor it goes. And that makes it 18-10. Lady Eagles up by 8 here in the fourth game. Into the net it goes. The lead's now cut to 7. It's 18-11. Here's Garza to serve for Mayfield. Garza. Strickland digs it out. Here's Segovia. Wow, Segovia put an exclamation point at the end of that sentence, and the sentence was 1 point for the Hobbs Lady Eagles. (19-11). Segovia. Ball's going to be blocked at the net, but out of bounds it goes. That'll be a point for Mayfield, making it 19-12. Kincaid to serve. This is their best server. Into the net it goes. That's two straight that Kincaid's been unable to get over the net. And these Lady Trojans seem to be rattled out there. Strickland to serve for the Lady Eagles. Up 8. And she puts that one into the net as well. (20-13). Lady Eagles 5 points away from ending this match today. Here's Sowers. Mitchell digs it out, but into the stands it goes. Sowers gets the service winner there. And it's 20-14. Sowers to serve. Out of bounds. Lady Eagles point. It's 21-14. Getzietta is doing the serving duties here. Very steady. Sends to the back line. Short attack by Mayfield. Dug out by Mitchell. On the run. Here's Cunningham. Into the rafters it goes. And it's unable to be handled as the rafters redirect it and Mayfield can't get under it. 22-14. Getietta's back at the line. Right hands it deep. Mayfield to control. Back up. Here's Jensen. And Jensen puts it into the net. 23-14. And the crowd screaming, "Sit down, coach." And Getzietta puts that one into the net. 23-15. And Mayfield to serve. Here comes Holguin. Service over. Strickland handles. Getzietta blocked at the net. Run down. Lady Eagles control. Sent over. Mayfield on the run. Here comes Jensen. Jensen goes for that back line. Strickland tries to rev up the engine, but can't quite get there. 23-16 your score. Lady Eagles out front here. Ball served over. That one's going to be long. We are 1 point away. Lady Eagles sending in Kendall Cunningham to do the serving duties here. Crowd chanting, "Start the bus." Here's the serve. Cunningham puts it back line. Mayfield controls. They're going to have to send it over. They do so. Strickland digs. Segovia. Back to Cunningham. She puts it into the net. 24-17. Mayfield to serve. Here comes Acosta. Sends it over. Backside Souter. Attack from Mayfield. Dug out by Cunningham. Near side. And hammered down. Segovia. Bree Segovia says, "We're done here tonight." And that is an exclamation point. Eagles lose the first one 25-19. before going on the run 26-24, 25-21, and 25-17 to vanquish the Lady Trojans. Lady Eagles improve to 2-2 on the season. Trojans fall to 4-2. Appreciate you all watching today on YouTube.com and HobbsAmerica.com. Good night.